So here we are in the 2019 model of the Arteon R Line. It's the 1.5 turbo engine. It's got quite a bit of torque actually for 1.5. Mind you, the body, although the vehicle is quite large, is quite light, so it can accelerate quite well. So the car itself is full of features. It's lovely to drive. It's got a very sporty steering wheel, and it has obviously the R badge, because this version is the Arteon R Line, and it's in this beautiful gold colour, which is quite noticeable, but it just seems to help the character and shape of the vehicle. This vehicle is quite low and sleek, and quite long actually, and I'm going to show you a bit later when we have film footage of the outside of the vehicle. You'll actually see, when you look at the front, how low and how wide it looks. It's very sleek and aerodynamic. What I like about this vehicle is everything is sort of to hand. The look of the dashboard, if you look at this, it's synonymous with Audi, and VW sort of share a lot of the design components and so on. And the vehicle has a very good entertainment system. You can see, just get your hand close to the actual system itself, and the menu comes up at the bottom. Take it away and it goes away, and you put your hand close. It's quite good. I think the previous version to this was a little bit more interactive, with you can swipe your hand across it, but this version hasn't got that, but it's got all I need on it. It's very clear, very precise, very quick. The Sat-Nav works incredibly well as well. And also it has the facility to Bluetooth, as every modern car does now. It's very easy, very quick to connect. And if you connect a USB port through, there's various USB connection points. We've got one inside the glove or the centre armrest. You've also got another one placed here as well. But if you plug your phone in, you can play all sorts of music through it as well, which is very, very good through the Apple version of Apple Play. So yeah, the vehicle as a whole is very good. It's got an analog clock, as you can see, which I particularly like. I don't like anything that's too digital. In this world of digital clocks and everything being digital, this is quite nice, because it actually brings back more of the old-fashioned version of clocks and vehicles and so on. If you look across at the dashboard, you can see that the dash is very, very clear. You can see there's various functions that one goes through, which is quite nice. You can scroll through various things, average miles per gallon. You can look at your range, your journey time. Everything is done and up there for you to investigate. There's a lot of features in this vehicle that not a lot of people know about. Safety systems. It's got a mechanism whereby it's got these cruise control, and obviously works on a radar system, so it will, when you program it to a certain speed, it'll actually keep you that speed, but also monitor the distance your vehicle is behind a vehicle that's in front of you, so you can actually adjust that. But the added feature of this vehicle is, which is quite unique and I really like, if it is that the car senses that there's no movement at all in steering or any activity, and you happen to fall asleep at the wheel, it will brake a couple of times to try and wake you up, and if it gets no response, then what it'll then do is it will slow down and pull off to the side of the road, putting the hazard warning lights on. And if it then obviously doesn't get a response from you, then obviously working through the system, you can actually have it so that it then phones emergency systems and exactly where you are. So it's got some very, very good features. It's got lane assist, which is great. What I like about it is, when you've got the cruise control system on, it'll actually brake before roundabout. It'll read the road signs on the road for you. So if you're going from a 50 down to a 40, it will read that and drop you to a 40, and then down to a 30. Whatever it says, it'll actually read on the road signs, which I think is a bit spooky, but fantastic when you get to use it. When I first started to use it, I thought, I don't like things controlling me. I like to control it. But you get used to it, and it's really, really good. As far as the car is concerned, it's very quiet, very smooth. The steering is quite nice and light. It's not too light. The combination is great. And obviously everything is within sort of easy reach, easy touch. The wing mirrors on the car are very aerodynamic as well. You can actually see plenty behind you, and if you look down the side of the vehicle, what I'd really like to see is that muscle over the rear wheel arch. I think Volkswagen have done a lovely job over the design of this vehicle, and you constantly, when you're looking through those rear view mirrors, you see that nice bulge over the back of the car. Gives you that feeling that the car's got a bit of power, which is nice. Now, as I said before, this is the 1.5 turbo version, and the range comes with the 2-litre engines. Now, I don't think you can now get the 1.5 turbo. I think they've now phased that one out. But the 2-litre versions are quite quick. I think you're pushing, it's 150 brake horse with the 1.5 litre, and you're pushing just over 200 brake horse for the 2-litre versions, and they're very, very quick. And the R Line comes up with some very nice little bits and pieces. I'll show you a bit more of the bodywork outside that the R Line comes with. But what I really particularly like are the seats. They're very sporty seats, and we'll show you a bit later when I get out of the car how sporty these are. A very sort of Recaro style, supportive, nice side bolsters. The car comes with, the R Line comes with nice sort of leather touch material with stitching. It's very nicely done. I'm quite impressed with it. You've got cup holders in the front with a sliding cover. I have to excuse me, bits and pieces in there. And obviously it has electronic handbrake, as most cars do these days. It's got a stop-start technology which you can override on the actual center console here, if it gets a little bit annoying if you're stopping and starting all the time. Personally, I know it's saving the planet and so on, but I normally turn that off because I find it a bit slow on leaving from junctions or lights, a bit hesitant. But there you go. And on here you've got another button called mode, and you can skip through the mode systems. When you press the button, if you look at the screen, you can see it changes from mode to mode. You can go from a normal driving mode, you can skip across to sport, individual. You can program your own individual modes, and you can go into eco, and eco is really very good because it does get the miles per gallon to quite a nice little figure. You can do actually I think I've achieved almost 48 to the gallon on a decent trip, almost touched 50. So yep, it's very, very good, nice vehicle to drive. And I'm just going to now pull over into an area car park where we can do a full view of the vehicle from outside.